Well, hello, Taurus. Welcome to your weekly reading. This is May 15th through 21st. Hope you're amazing. So, let's see what we have for you in the cards, my dear. Ba-ba-ba. All right, Taurus. May 15th through 21st. Oh, the shadow attribute of mother. So, smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for being independent. All right, Taurus. Let me pull more cards though, because I feel like I'm gonna say something and I need more information before I do. Okay, higher self, sacred intuition. You have a few cards. I'm going to touch on them. We have wisdom, inspiration, Akashic records. We have fear. We have friends and colleagues. And then we have higher self and sacred institution. You got a lot going on internally. As far as changes go. And this is before this week. There's a change in the way that you are envisioning things and how things should go. And then we have action. For a while now, you have been sort of being pushed to make changes to your structural system, and your beliefs. That's a little that word is tough. Beliefs, conformity, like social pressures, social structures, how things are supposed to go. It's like it's pushing you to make the changes that are best for you in your current situation and not what you think they should be or how the world views them. It's like what is best for you and your situation, your love life, your family, that kind of vibe. So we have the moon in reverse, strength in reverse, the 9 of swords, and the 9 of pentacles. All in reverse. Yeah, I feel like... So there's this past energy that I cannot get away from with you. Of your vision of how things are and how they actually are for you. There's kind of like this picture of what the world expects, like the social structure of the world, and then the social structure that works in your particular situation or in your life, right? And I feel like both of these things are not the same, but you're struggling to put them together. And I feel like all of these signs have been coming up for you that it doesn't work hand in hand, that these are two different situations. Like you can stay within the rules of the game per se, but also follow your own path. And I feel like there's a problem kind of merging or balancing the two. It's mostly though in your head this week. No, I'm not even going to say this week because I feel like this is like a talk that we need to have this week, but it's been going on. Like, I feel like you understand. It's just coming to some sort of culmination, I feel like, for you, Taurus. So it's starting to weigh so heavy on you because it doesn't seem to be working by doing like the status quo or what everyone else is doing or what you feel like you should do. It's like you have your own path or your own sort of way of doing things that you should be sticking with, and not doing someone else's. It's like there's a sense of superficial success for everyone else. Like for everyone else to see, oh, I'm doing this, or this is, I'm following this path. But it's not yours. It just feels like it's not yours. Yeah. I feel like you've seen a lot of signs to move on, to change, to grow, but you've been holding on to things. You know, it's that kind of mentality where if I just keep doing things consistently, then it'll fall together, right? Instead of moving on from it, which I feel like it's time to do. It's just difficult for you to do because you don't want to embrace that vulnerability of like starting over or figuring things out from scratch again, because it makes you feel like everything was a lie, but it's not. You know, it's just wisdom has brought you to a new point in your life, and you just have to make different decisions, you know, different choices, different avenues. Yeah, there's definitely some of you fighting a turnaround out of fear of falling off. But I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I feel like it's the power dynamic, I feel like, for you. It's like you're so focused on building, whether this is money or status or stability. It's like you're just so focused on building that all you see is, if I don't do this, everything will fall apart and then I'll have nothing. Instead of thinking of it as, it's already falling apart because it hasn't been working. So now I need to build from a different place. Okay. So that's the talk that I need to have with you this week. And we'll see what else comes out here. What did I do with those cards? Oh. I've been trying to organize this place. I'm changing things, as always. I really like the new changes. I hope you do. There'll be a lot of them. Good, though. Not bad. Okay, so we have toil and labor and poverty. Yes. This is this mindset that you're in, like, I have to work so hard that it's uncomfortable to gain anything. It's that no pay, no gain thing. But it's not helping you get into a better situation. It's just like, okay, this is uncomfortable. It's hard, but if I keep pushing, it'll just work. It's like you're not processing that maybe you're hitting these blockages or problems or issues so you can change the direction in which you're going. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Empress all in the upright. Can you see that? I hope you can. Yeah, it's like overworking. You're overworking. And instead of taking a step back, you're like, okay, I need to step in further and look at the details. I need to do more. Instead of taking a step back, which I feel like a couple of weeks ago we talked about you taking a step back, because there needs to be a sense of clarity. And the crazy part is, Taurus, you have the clarity. You understand. But I feel like it's putting it into action that's hard because it involves change, you know? I think that's what's scary about it for you, okay? Journey and unexpected income. You've been on this path to make more money or to better your life. I'm getting this story of someone trying to start a work project or get something off the ground, and you've been having issues with it. I feel like this week you're seeing that it's either draining your money or there's money missing, okay? Three of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Page of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you have this idea for something that could possibly blow up in a good way. You're like, oh, this is it. This is going to be my way. I got this whole plan. It's going to be great. I'm just waiting for it to take place. But I feel like there's always an issue or something that's impacting it. And it always feels like, okay, if I get this done, then I'll start back on it again. Okay. But I feel like there's a reason why this keeps happening, and you need to look at why this is happening. Yeah, it's like you're moving too fast and taking a lot of responsibility. You know, you're putting a lot of stake in this. It's like you're giving it too much of. Your life is so revolved around this thing right now that it's the thing that keeps you happy. It's almost like, let me try to put this into words. It's like, let's say your love life is not the best, or your work life is not the best. And you've put so much work into a book that you're trying to write. And you're like, okay, this book has to go well for me to feel like I'm vindicated for everything that I've done, right? It's like you're putting so much energy into that you're not putting energy into what actually needs to be done. You know, because you're like, okay, it's easier for me to start this other thing from scratch. You know, it's easier for me to find validation from doing this new thing. Okay. You have very specific messages, Taurus. I hope this resonates with you. Very specific. False person message. Yeah. This week is a wake-up call. I feel like it's not one you want to hear. I feel like it's not one that you want to be involved in, but it's definitely a wake-up call for you this week. Something that you have not noticed is going to come to light. And I almost feel like, Taurus, you're going to try to blow it over, like, because you don't want to deal with it. That's what it feels like to me. Secretly, you're upset about it. But you're like, it's too early for me to do something about it. Or it's too early for me to say something about it because I don't have all the information. But I see it. It could possibly turn into something that I have to deal with. But I'm going to be honest. I feel like this involves a person. Okay. And I really feel like it is a warning sign. It's an indication of this person. Not that they're totally bad, but an indication that there's something wrong. Like either they're not good with money. Okay. They're not reliable at all times. Or this is not the person for you to partner with. Like there's something where you don't have all the information. But you're like, that's something I need to pay attention to for the future. You do. Okay? All right, Taurus, I love you. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.